back. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today we're going to be doing this kind of vampy purple berry fall look. So if you want to see how to get this look, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so to start today we're going to take the Evian. It's just facial spray. It's basically just mineral water, and I'm going to spray it all over my face for hydration because I am a little bit drier, and we are going to be going in with a matte foundation. So I'm just going to let it soak in. And then for primer, we're going to be going in with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is going to really illuminate the skin. Again, since we're going in with a matte foundation, it'll really help give us some, life back into the skin. I'm going to take 2 pumps on my fingers and just massage it into the skin. For foundation today, we're going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. I'm going to be mixing these 2 shades. Their numbers 101 and 102, Classic Ivory and Shell Beige, just because I'm right in the middle and this foundation doesn't have a lot of shade ranges. And then I'm just going to take a damp sponge and bounce it all in. Now I'm going to take the NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector in the shade 2, and I'm going to be taking this on a Japanese brush, and I'm just going to swirl it and put it right under the eyes to kind of mute out that blue undertone that I have. And for concealer, we're going to be mixing the Naked Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade 15 Fair, and this is in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm just going to be mixing them. The Urban Decay one's too light, and the other one isn't quite light enough, so I'm just going to be highlighting with the Urban Decay one. And then I'm just going to take that same damp sponge and blend them in. When I'm blending it in, I'm going to be making sure to take it up onto the eyelids too, because this is going to be our base for our eyeshadow. And once we have that all blended in, I'm going to take the RCMA No Color Powder and I'm going to put it under my eyes. I'm going to pour some out under the lid. That was a lot. And I'm just going to take that sponge. Well, actually first I'm going to blend it out one more time to make sure that we have all the creases out. And I'm just going to take it, put it right under here. And same with my last video, we're going to be using a lot of eyeshadow, so I'm going to not be shy with this under the eyes. Just keep it there and then just take some on the sponge that's left and just go over everywhere else we put concealer. We're just going to put it on our whole face, just kidding. But I'm just going to bake under the eyes. Everywhere else I'll just blend in right away. Now to bronze, I'm going to be taking the Milani bronzer in number 4 Glow, and I'm going to just be taking it on a fluffy angled brush because I'm not going to contour, I just kind of want to bronze up the face a little bit. I'm just going to hit the cheekbone area. Not being precise at all, just kind of going and bronzing up the face on the perimeters. I don't want to go too far in because that will just unbalance the face. You want to have highlight in the center and bronze on the outside. A little bit under here. Now I still don't want to contour, but I do want to add a little more definition right here. So I'm going to take the Anastasia Contour Kit, the light to medium, and I'm just going to dip in this shade and slightly go in the cheekbones. Some of that powder kind of went away, so I'm just going to take a little more and go right under the eyes. If you're not going to be setting with translucent powder, you can always just do your eyes first. I just prefer to do it this way, it's easier for me. Now for blush, I'm going to take the Milani Baked Blush in the number 5 Luminoso. I'm going to take it on a Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to smile, bring it back. Or not smile. I'm just going to take that same fluffy angled brush and blend it all together. Now for highlight, I'm going to hold off and wait until we take away the powder. So now let's move on to eyes. For the eyes, I'm going to start off by taking the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm going to pick up the shade Bon Fresco right here. It's just a light dusty rose shade. And I'm just going to pick it up on the brush that comes in the Anastasia kits. And I'm just going to blend that in our crease for a transition shade. This can be messy. We really want it to be blended out. Now I'm going to move on to the Carly Bible palette. And I'm going to start by taking this shade right here. It's just a darker, dustier rose color. And I'm going to put that right below what we just did. And I'm going to put it on the outer corner and on the inner corner as well. And I'm just going to be taking this on a MAC 221 brush. It's a little more precise. This is going to be the last shade we're putting directly into the crease. So I'm just going to take this same fluffy brush, the Anastasia one, and just run it in the crease to blend those two together and make sure we don't have any harsh lines. Next, I'm going to take a more detailed brush. This is the e.l.f. brush. And I'm going to be picking up the darker shade in the Carly Bible palette. And I'm just going to pack that on the outer corner again and on the inner corner. Again, you don't have to worry about being neat because the translucent powder under the eyes will really catch anything that falls down. Then I'm just going to go back with the same MAC 221 with no additional product and just blend it into the crease without actually picking up the shadow, and then just blend out the edges. And if you notice, I'm leaving the center blank because we are going to go in with a different shade there and kind of do a halo eye. And then to further blend that out, I'm just going to go back with the Anastasia brush. And then I'm going to move back to the same e.l.f. brush, and I'm going to be taking a Makeup Geek shade. This is the shade Cherry Cola. Makeup Geek has one of my favorite eyeshadows. I think they're super blendable and pigmented, and they're not very expensive. So I'm just going to pack that on top of what we just packed on. And every time I'm kind of leaving more space towards the center so that we have a gradient effect and some definition, depth. Then again, just going with the MAC 221. You really want to make sure you blend. This will really be what ties the look together. Now I'm just going to take a black eyeshadow. I'm going to be taking the one from the Nikki Tutorials palette. Any black eyeshadow will do. None of the palettes I was using had black in it. And just on the outer corner. I don't think I'm going to take it on the inner corner. I'm just going to pack that right on the outside, just for the added dimension. And if you didn't want to go with black, you could even use a really dark brown. But I wanted to go all the way. Maybe I will put a little right here. But I'm not picking up extra product, just using whatever's left from the outer corners. And then keeping that same brush, I'm going to go in with that Cherry Cola color and blend it into the black to make sure that we keep the plum color in there. And then after every step again, I'm just blending in the crease. Now what I'm actually going to do to kind of clean up the edges is I'm going to go back in with the RCMA No Color powder, and I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush. It's the Professional Eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to dip right into the powder and just bake a line right here to make us have a sharper edge. Now for the center lid, I'm going to jump back into the Anastasia palette, and I'm going to take the shade Primavera, and I'm going to be taking it on a synthetic flat brush, just dipping into it, and then I'm going to pack it on the center. And I'm just going to be going back and forth between these two brushes, and I'm going to be taking the shimmery shade in the middle we have and the Makeup Geek shadow until I get the blend that I want. To highlight the brow bone, I'm going to be going back into the Anastasia kit one more time. I'm going to be taking Tempera, I don't know. I'm just going to take that on a flat brush and just pack that on the brow bone. That was probably not cute. And then I'm going to take the, Vermeer, the the shimmery color above the one that we used on the lid, and I'm just going to go right on the brow bone at the top. I don't want to take it in, nor am I going to take the matte shade all the way in, but I'm going to put the matte shade down first as a base, and then just right at the top of the brow bone, I'm going to put that shimmery color. Then I'm just going to take a detail brush, this is from e.l.f., and take the same shimmery color. This is not the one we used on the lid, this is the one right above it. It's kind of has a more pinky undertone. And I'm going to pack that right here, like this. Now I'm just going to be wiping away the powder. And as you can see, we have no fallout, which I'm just going to kind of tap over everything. Moving on to lower lash line, I'm going to take the Curly Bible palette again. And I think I'm going to take this shade on the e.l.f. brush and just start on the outer corner and on the inner corner. And this does have some of the darker shades left on it, so we won't have to do so much work on the lower lash line. Just kind of blend it up. I'm going to take the same shade we used on the center of the lid and just pop it on the center here. And I just feel like the lower lash line needs a little bit more definition, so I'm going to take the Curly Bible palette and the darkest shade, the plum one that we used from it, and a detailed brush. Okay, so I just quickly filled in my brows off camera and put on some wing liner, which looking a little wonky, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to go for mascara. I'm going to start by taking these two. This is the Benefit They're Real mascara and the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. And I'm going to start by taking the Benefit one and just coating. I'm going to be sure to really get the base of the lashes since we have the winged liner on, to really make them blend. Don't worry if you get a little mess, I'll show you how to clean that up. Then I'm just going to go in with the Tarte one and do the same thing. Except this time I'm just going to be doing straight strokes to get lengthen. Whereas with the other one I was kind of going for volume. I'm not going to be putting on falsies. I'm just going to really be sure to coat them. I don't want to do like, 100 layers, but... And then for lower lashes, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic. This is my favorite for the lower lashes. The brush is really small, so it really allows for precision and to get in there and coat every single lash. And by the way, for my brows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade dark brown, and then I just set it with the clear brow gel. And then for liner, I use the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Now I'm going to go in the inner waterline, right there. And I'm going to be taking the NYX eyebrow pencil, which it's just eyeliner, and I'm just going to take the black shade and lightly tug here and just coat my rim. Now a little trick to make your waterline stick all night is to take a black eyeshadow and set it. So just whatever black eyeshadow you used on the lid before. And I'm just going to take an angled brush, the same black shadow, and just tap over it, and this will also help to make it darker too. But okay, and then to highlight, I'm first going to go in with the Mary Luminizer by the Balm. And I'm going to take a Real Techniques setting brush and just swirl it in there. And I'm going to go on the high points of the cheekbones. Or just all over the cheekbones. And the tip of the nose. Take a little bit down, even though I'm not contouring. Take a little bit above the brow. I'm not going to take a ton here. And then the Cupid's bow on the lips, even though we're going to cover them up. And then to kind of tie in with the gold, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight, and this is in the shade So Hollywood. And I'm just going to be placing that at the top of the cheekbones, and then that's it. Because otherwise, it's too dark. And then to clean up the mascara we have on the eyelid, we're just going to take a Q-tip and just lightly kind of chip it away. you want to make sure you let it completely dry, but if you do, that's all you have to do. Now for lips, I'm going to start off by just taking a chapstick because otherwise they don't look cute. And then I'm going to be taking the Avon lip liner in the shade Deep Plum T252. Okay. I'm just going to line my lips. And I'm going to be filling it in because since my lips are small, sometimes dark colors are kind of hard to work with, so this really helps. But to go over what we just filled in, I'm going to be taking the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Copenhagen. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And I'm just going to go over. And as you can probably see, there's a little bit that is kind of messed up, so once it dries down, we're going to take some concealer and just carve it out a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to take the concealer we used earlier and a little detailed brush and just go right over it. And carefully blend it out. And then I kind of wanted to keep this glossy, so I'm going to be going with the Buxom lip gloss. Full-on lip cream is what it's actually called, and this is in the shade Pure Royal. And then I actually forgot to set my face before I put on my mascara, so we'll just do it now. I'm just going to take some Fix Plus and I'm running low, so that just like really didn't work out well, but. And this is the final look, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.